Hello everybody, this is Aegis StarCraft once again being another commentary from my YouTube channel, and if the introduction looked a little bit weird right now, and where's the music? Oh boy. Oh, I knew I should have casted these games earlier today, but no, I was waiting, I was being lazy, and is that the music? Okay, there, I can hear the music now. And what was I saying? Okay, so this is Aegis StarCraft once again being another video commentary from my YouTube channel. Let's start again over here, and I'm continuing the special treat train for you guys, bringing you a game by Liquid TLO here, spawning a Terran and Scrap Station in the 12 o'clock position, and his opponent Dimaga. Wait a minute, this game was not rated as Dimaga. Okay, well, never mind. It's Dimaga versus TLO, and oh man, I really need to double check names. What's going on? And what was he's spawning his red Zerg here, obviously, and going for the scout as always, as every Zerg player should do. And TLO here, not doing anything wonky or crazy or funny, anything like that. Just going for, wow, early gas. That's pretty early, I think. So possibly going to see some Reapers, maybe some 1-1-1 builds. Something's going to be going on, but Dimaga's going to see this and probably going to be wondering what is going to be coming his way. And yeah, if the introduction screen looked a little bit wonky, it's because patch 1.1 was released today, so everyone rejoice about all the nerfs that all the races received except for Terran, which are pretty much unchanged. They're gonna be OP for the rest of this game, it seems like. I mean, at least until Heart of the Storm comes out. Then Zerg's probably gonna be OP, and then Protoss is probably gonna be at the end, which I guess that's kind of okay. Although I mean, I am Protoss player, so whoa, looks like a 14 pull, 15 hatch going down here, or maybe 15 hatch, 14 hatch, 15 pool. Not quite sure what's going to happen here at Dimaga's space. And what was I talking about? Oh yeah, so OP. I guess that's not too bad if Protoss is OP at the very end, but that does mean I'm going to have to wait a long time to have my favorite race be OP. And I hope you guys know I'm kidding, by the way. I really do. And what was I going to say? Oh yeah, so patch 1.1, kind of wonky build. I was really scared that these replays were not going to play right, just because how the loading screen showed up and everything, and then, you know, like, I couldn't hear the music. It's because the Zerg music takes so long to kick in. So yeah, just like I imagined, looks like TLO here is going to go for a 1-1-1 build, but Dimaga is going to scout this, and he has a rally point set over here. I wonder what he's doing. Okay, it looks like he was just kind of messing around there, spamming his APM a little bit. Oh my goodness, 200, and well, actually that's Dimaga. TLO here kind of struggling like a Terran player. All Terran players really have nothing else to do than press 1A, and whoa, getting a little bit of lag here and there. What is going on? My computer, no! Okay. Wow, that was a pretty... Should I restart this cast? We'll see if someone rages and then I'll... I mean, it's only been 3 minutes, but I don't really want to go ahead and talk about the same stuff again and again and again. Then I start forgetting, like, if I do those things, I start forgetting which things I've talked about already and which I haven't, so I don't want to skip on anything. And so yeah, patch 1.1 already finished, and nothing's really happened in this game, so I mean, it'd be, except for TLO fast expanding here, not going 1-1-1, going 1-1 Expo, so gotta think of a clever name to name that if we start seeing that build catch up. It looks like a first Hellions gonna come out here, a second one's on the way if you look at the production tab, and not much else. I mean, speed is coming for Dimaga over here, so he's probably gonna be fairly prepared to address this. Already got a creep Kumar coming down, second queen coming over here, not even waiting at the expansion. Oh wow, this is 4 queens, so he probably saw that Hellion come down here, and this Hellions not really gonna do anything. I mean, he could kite this queen all day long, and Dimaga wants to be a little bit careful. He doesn't want to venture too far out there. I mean, he needs to be... This is, if you notice, TLO has gotten 0 hits on his queen, excuse me, on his Hellion, and what is with the lag? What is going on here? Oh my goodness, patch 1.1 screwing things up as always. Blizzard doing a horrible job patching this game. I'm also kidding right now, guys. It looks like these Hellions gonna start running in here, gonna get a couple of Zerglings, but that's not a lot of damage. That's not what the Hellions really want to be doing. What they want to be doing is toasting these delicious little drones, making them flap their tails in desperation as they die quickly, and these queens are running around, gonna take out one Hellion pretty soon. It looks like there goes one, and is there another one in the way? Yes it is, but it gets intercepted by Speedlings with this creep bonus, and wow, not even being able to attack once. And oh my goodness, these Zerg are so fast, it's so hard to keep up with them. And why am I lagging so bad? What is going on here? I gotta blame this on Blizzard. I'm totally blaming this on Blizzard on my lag. So if you want to rage at someone for why I'm getting this horrible lag, rage at Blizzard. Don't rage at me, guys. I'm gonna have to look into what's going on. But yeah, sorry about that. It doesn't really matter anymore. And Bunker going down here for TLO because he saw that he did not do a lot of damage, and looks like he's gonna go for Banshees possibly. I mean, that's definitely a possibility. And I don't think Dimaga really wants to risk an Overlord this early into the game to go ahead and look over here. And oh my goodness, did you hear how disgusting the Overlord sounded? Here, let's... okay, it didn't make the sound. Anyway, I'm getting distracted here just because this is the first cast of the day and all these little things and things going on. And a lot of queens by Dimaga, which again is something that if you saw my other series, Hug vs. Dimaga, you need to go watch that because some of the games were like eh, but some of the games are really interesting. And Dimaga seems to favor this multi-queen army at the very early stages, and I think it's because he saw the Hellions. So if the Hellions start coming with what do you call it, the Blue Flame, the Infernal Pre-Igniter upgrade, they can be very dangerous, and these queens can just basically tank here all along. As long as there's creep all over the place, they're pretty much safe. But TLO could definitely scan like right around here. This would be the money scan. Could possibly take out all 3 tumors with just a batch of Hellions, which would be pretty bad, but I mean, there's still a lot of queens coming on here. Looks like a scan's coming down because TLO is starting to move out with his Banshees, as you can see over here, floating them around the map. And give me 1 second. My voice starting to act up already. I told you guys that doing this back-to-back every single day, 3 to 4 games, is gonna land me in the hospital, and it looks like it's going to be the case. These Banshees they're going to be able to make up for the kind of a fail attack that the Hellions did, and it looks like one queen is going to be caught off guard over here, but really there are so many queens that I don't think that's like a big hit right now. Although losing a couple of drones here so far, looks like 3 or 4 drones has gone down, and oh man, now transfusion going down for the queens. These Banshees are just running around wild. Why is no Overseer being morphed? Okay, there's the Overseer coming in over here from the other side because the camera angle could not really see it. And these Banshees and the Viking, wow, Viking, they're probably to take down this Overseer, but there's so many queens that these Banshees now have been completely denied any kind of harassment potential. And this is what I'm saying. This is the money scan. You can scan all these creep tumors, but it's not going to be a lot of damage because look at this. These queens are already here. And look how much energy all of these queens have. It's at least 50 on energy. Oh, at least 100 energy, excuse me, on 2 queens. So a lot of like 5 creep tumors could go down here, and Dimaga could potentially spread the creep all the way into TLO's base in almost no time. Already making its way over here through the middle alleyway. It looks like this Overlord's gonna meet its doom, and quite a couple of Vikings in the air for TLO. And oh man, all things that could possibly be bugging me right now are bugging me. My eye is bugging me. My nose is bugging me. My throat is bugging me. Jeez, when is this gonna end? Excuse me. And I guess my stomach's not bugging. Actually, it is kind of bugging me because I had soda earlier. Not a big soda drinker, so every time I drink one, it's like blah, 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 blah on my stomach. And yeah, not much going on here. Just TLO being flustered, being pushed back for all his harassment has been for naught right now. And looks like he's gonna go for an air superiority army. So wow, double armory with yeah, he's definitely gonna go for an air army if he's doing double armory and getting ships level 1 upgrade for attack. So really interesting what's gonna happen here because Dimaga making a lot of anti-air over here. He has a bunch of queens. He has this Banshee here trying to sneak over here. Kind of lucky that I caught it. And doesn't look like it's going to do a lot of damage because this Spore Crawler is right here just spotting for it, and I see a bunch of units moving down here, but it looks like it's just a bunch of queens. And this is going to be the threat to Mutalisk, although with Vikings in the air, I mean, Mutalisk I think are a little bit more cost efficient per Viking, but definitely it's only once they start becoming in groups that they become a danger to the Vikings. So really gonna depend on how many Mutalisk. Whoa, that is so many Vikings. Oh my goodness. So yeah, Dimaga is gonna have to make a lot of Mutalisk to catch up over here, and putting down an expansion here, hidden expansion, double expanding. One here on his second natural, and pushing his units up a little bit more, just spotting for the Selnaga Tower. And I mean, this is kind of a curious, interesting play. I've never seen such a Viking heavy army in CBZ, and it looks like these Mutalisks are just gonna get flown away from here because they can outrun the Vikings, but they look how much damage the Vikings did in just a couple of shots. I'm not sure if any Mutalisk went down. I think not, but just with a couple of shots, the one Mutalisk almost dying, and another command center going down here for TLO, but he's going to run in a big surprise over here, although I would imagine that with these Vikings, that's not going to be too much of trouble to deal with. And oh man, this is one of the big dangers about these mass Viking armies, is sniping the Overlords almost in one hit, and it looks like the Queens are going to try to run over here, but because these rocks have not gone down, they're actually they're working in TLO's favor, and now only one Queen. I mean, TLO could land right now, and that's exactly what he's going to do, and take out this Queen, and now he's going to go for the harass, and then probably just lift right back up once all these units start flying in here, and then just run away. I mean, he's lost one Viking so far, but he's taken out how many units for Dimaga? I mean, over 1,000 minerals, although he really wants to be careful not to lose too many Vikings, and oh man, obliterating Dimaga supply. Is he supply blocked? No, he has plenty of Overlords to spare around, and possibly because he lost a lot of Mutalisks trying to push back this attack. But TLO now sees this expansion, so that's going to be pretty critical because he could land. I don't think he will land, but oh man, this is what I'm talking about. Hellions over here going to decimate these Zerglings and landing the Vikings. They actually do a lot of damage on ground mode as well, not as much as anti-air, and you really don't want to use them as a, you know, a mainly ground unit, but if you need to use them like that, you see how quickly normally those Zerglings would have been able to overrun the Vikings, but not the case so far. And looks like more units coming down here, more Vikings coming, a couple of Queens as well over here, but all these Vikings have to do is land like they're doing right now, and they're going to start harassing these Queens. And I mean, there are a lot of Queens going down right now. I don't know if Dimaga has enough Queens to keep just replenishing right now, and these Hellions are just pounding away the hatchery, taking a long time. But look at this, once the Vikings came over here, a lot of damage, and one of the Vikings, I don't know if TLO intended to leave it up there, even a Banshee over here, Cloak getting in on some of the action, and some SCVs for the repair, and more Queens and Zerglings are running in here from Dimaga, and another Banshee coming up for TLO. Transfusion going down there. Oh my goodness, is Dimaga going to be able to push this back with just Queens? I'm very surprised that he's again only relying on Queens. I mean, I don't know how sound the strategy really is. A couple of Hellions more coming, reinforcement for TLO, and oh my goodness, this is kind of disastrous for Dimaga. He needs to stop this somehow. He needs to make more units than just Queens. I mean, Queens are definitely good because of Transfusion and all the other spells that they have, but he cannot rely entirely on them right now and force a retreat. Now TLO here is going to start running into this base, or looks like he's going to go ahead and retreat for now because he's done a lot of damage. He took out this Expo, he took out oh so many Queens, and he's got level 1 upgrades. And look at the units resources lost tab. I mean, Zerg players have to lose normally more units than their opponents because their units are pretty much expendable, but you don't want to get those numbers too high. I mean, it's almost twice the amount of resources lost. Looks like TLO is going to go here for the gold expansion as well, and even has all these all these Marines, all these SCVs repairing the Vikings, and also blocking the Zerglings from being able to attack the Vikings as well. And oh my goodness, so many drones are going to die right now. This hatchery going down in so little time, and this is going to be pretty disastrous. What does Dimaga have here to respond? No Hydralisk. I don't see anything. He's got only a Mutalisk, a Spire, excuse me, but no Mutalisk in the air because there's so many Viking already that he just cannot afford to make more Mutalisk. And oh man, TLO putting a planetary fortress over here, an orbital command I would imagine over here since it's protected by the rocks, and decided not even to take this expansion. So a pretty interesting choice right there, moving a lot of units, not even salvaging these bunkers just in case he needs to retreat back into his base to protect with fill them up with Marines or Marauders or anything of the sort. And he really should get a Raven and start taking these creep tumors out, because I mean, Dimaga right now has full view of pretty much, I would say, 2/3 of the map. Oh, excuse me. If you look at the mini map over here, he has pretty much 2/3 view of the whole map. So yeah. Oh man, more Queens. I'm not sure. I mean, I know Zerg doesn't have great anti-air, but he really needs some Viking. I mean, there are not that many Hellions, which would be pretty dangerous to the Hydralisk, but he really needs some Hydralisk to address these Vikings. And oh my goodness, there's going to be a big confrontation over here, and I'm really curious how this is going to turn out. The Zerg is not really being able to get the best spread over, and also the Queen's playing back. They're trying to deal with one Banshee, with stray Banshee or two. The Viking's going to be forced to actually lift off and get out of here because the Zerglings just being able to overrun all the units. This is the power of the Zerglings. I mean, you should never underestimate them, because like I said, Zerg units are very cheap and dispensable, but once they get good surrounds and things like that, it's going to be a lot of damage being dealt. And wow, that planetary fortress taking 3 Zerglings down in just one shot. Definitely a very strong defensive defensive building. It looks like Dimaga is going to go ahead for the double expand once again, although I almost think he should start taking out the lower expansion over here in the minimap. If you look at the lower expansion down there, I think he should start taking that one, or